Alright, HadesOmega here. Today I'm doing a quick video review on the BikeMaster Truegel battery. So it's a gel electrolyte battery, according to this. And so there's some advantages to that. So it claims that it won't leak like a wet battery, even if the case cracks. Will not sulfate like a wet battery. Can be installed at any angle and has a 2-year warranty. It says don't throw away lead, recycle it. Okay, so I bought this. Actually bought this for my KLX 140L. This is the battery for it. It's a Mike Golf 7 Lima Bravo Sierra battery. But I'm gonna install this on that. And I don't have to worry about, you know, what position I put it in because it's gel batteries. So let's take a look at it. I actually have one on my Warrior here. So, and that's the battery I'm doing the review on. So I've had this battery for, man, I can't remember. I probably had it for like 2 or 3 years. The battery that came with this quad, it went bad, and then I replaced it with one of these. So I've never tried a BikeMaster TRUGEL battery out before, so I figured, hey, let's go give it a try. So what really appealed to me was the will not sulfate like a wet battery. So that means it can it can like sit for long periods of time if it's not being used, and that's kind of what my quad does. It just kind of sits for long periods of time without use. Unfortunately, if I could ride it more, I would. I just don't got time to do it, and that's one of the reasons I'm selling this. But anyway, before I sell it, I want to do a review on the battery. So from my experience, it's a very good battery. It's never let me down. Well, I wouldn't say it never, but yeah, sometimes I let it sit for like 6 months or something, and it'll still be okay. Maybe it might need a little charge, but it can indeed sit for quite a bit of time before it provided there's like no draw on it, before like it self discharges. It's probably not quite as good as like a lithium ion in that aspect, because it's still a lead battery. It's pretty heavy. It still weighs about the same amount as a lead acid battery. I'll tell you that. You don't really get any weight savings with it. And yeah. So I'm not sure what kind of charger you're supposed to use with this. Okay, so I'm not gonna get too much into it with with the charging. So I charge it with like a battery tender, like this guy here. It's a battery tender plus, and like I have an Odyssey charger right there. That's an Odyssey charger. I'm probably gonna hook that up to this soon. But it says like if you store it at like 70 or below 70 degrees, you should charge it every 8 months. Is what it's saying. So there you go. About 8 months, it can it can sit. So that claim seems true. Like I said, I've let it sit for like 6 months before, and it's fine. So it might be a little weak when you try to start it, but if you can get your quad started, then that's good. But yeah, you want to charge it probably like every 6 months. Like I said, this says 8 months, but I would just charge it every 6 months. But that's pretty damn good for just having it just like sit around for a while. And it says don't store it in extreme cold or heat. I live in California. We don't have really extreme heat or cold here, so and this quad was stored underneath a kind of like a tarp sorta, but it was outside, so it was in a way exposed to the elements sorta. But yeah, it's taking a beating. It's a gel battery, like it says. It won't, if it gets damaged, it won't leak acid or anything. And I'm thinking it doesn't really claim it, but I think it is better against vibrations too. This quad, it's a very rough ride on this quad. So I do highly recommend it for off-road vehicles. I think it's a good battery for off-road vehicles, and I can't comment on yeah, I couldn't comment on how it is if you were to install it on a normal motorcycle, a motorcycle that sees a lot of miles, you know, and you just ride it on the street all the time. I'm sure it would be a fine battery. I don't know about if you can use it as a deep cycle battery either. Yes, it does say something about that the Truegel batteries are more vibration resistant than standard wood batteries. So that's it's a good thing. That's why I recommend it for off-road vehicles. It doesn't really say anything about if you can deep cycle it. It just says don't floor the battery. Yeah, don't floor the battery. So I don't know. I've like I said, I can't really comment. So for like adventure bike, I prefer the Odyssey batteries because it's kind of like a deep cycle battery. It's an AGM battery, and you can run it to really low voltages and it won't mind. Like you can just recharge it back up. And for a dual sport or like a adventure bike, when I go camping places, I plug my electronics into my bike and I charge it, and the electrical system is under a lot more stress. So there's much more heavy duty use on an adventure bike because I'm plugging electronic stuff in all time to charge it. Because basically it's my mobile charging station is what the motorcycle becomes. So like I said, I can't comment on its deep cycle usefulness, but I have noticed it holds a charge pretty well. So yeah, if you have like a off-road vehicle or something that just sits around for a while, long periods of time, then this is a good battery for it, and it holds its charge pretty well. So this is what the battery for the KLX looks like. As you can see, the battery used to be a nice clean looking blue, and now that one's like a lot dirtier looking. But that's what it looks like for the KLX. And I'm telling you, it's pretty heavy. If I wanted to save some weight on my bike, I would probably go with like a Shore-Eye battery or something. But yeah, the main reason I bought this for my KLX is because sometimes I don't ride my KLX for like a month or 2 or 3 or 4, and it sits for a long time. And these hold their charge much better than a standard wet battery. So HadesOmega highly recommends Odyssey batteries and BikeMaster TRUGEL batteries. Maybe we'll have to, maybe if one of my street bike batteries goes bad, I might have to try one of these out on it sometime. But like I said, I can't comment for a street bike, but for like a off-road vehicle, it's a damn good battery. It won't let you down. I've never had it like explode or anything. Sometimes I'm always cranking the crap out of this bike, so it doesn't want to start, or like sometimes I start and stop the bike very often. Like I'm one of those people, like I ride up a hill, I stop and I take a picture, and then I start it up again, and then I do a lot of stopping and starting, and I haven't really had any problems with the quad not starting. So and like I think if I have to jump, there might have been a couple occasions where I had to jump it. It was fine. Like, it didn't explode or anything. That's what I gotta say. So yeah, I've had it for like 2 or 3 years, and it's a damn good battery for an off-road machine. So it gives HadesOmega's seal of approval. I think, and the good thing is these batteries. I think this one was $50. That's about how much the OEM battery. Probably the OEM battery costs more than that. But I got this one for $50. I'm not really sure how much I got that one for. They're fairly inexpensive. They're about the same cost as a regular lead acid battery, and you don't have to worry about the acid, is what I say. I'm sure it gives off some kind of gases like hydrogen or something when it's charging, but pretty much they're maintenance free. There's no acid. There's no water to put in it. It's it's maintenance free. It's a gel. It has like a gel electrolyte that that's, you know, takes place of that. And like you can install it any position you want. I think on the KLX it's like sideways like this. A lot of dirt bikes have it like mounted like this or some kind of weird position. So you kind of have to have like a battery like this. So yeah, so those are that's what I like about this battery. I haven't noticed I haven't noticed any of this stuff corroding or anything. So it's because there's no acid. You know, generally if you have like an acid, you know, if you have a lead acid battery and it has like the little vent hose or like the battery tray is made out of metal, you'll notice that area starts to rust. And this one is not too bad. It doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's covered by plastic and like in the box. I use the old box as like a little little case for the battery. But yeah, this battery is held up to some pretty rugged abuse, so it gets HadesOmega's seal of approval. HadesOmega.